as much as I think that being able to play live on stage is important, this is such a new generation now. I mean, my friend of mine was telling me just the other day about, I think, Christina Perri, it is, who did a solo album and had it already finished and done and handed it to a choreographer on Dancing with the Stars. And that's how she got discovered and everything like that. So there are people that are actually making records at home that have not gone through the stage process of playing live with musicians in a gig that have been successfully viable. So I think whatever you need to do to get to wherever you want to go is important. But I highly recommend the stage as a good way to test out material because audiences let you know immediately if they like your material or not, and that's the one valuable thing about it.
So, David, in our conversation last week, I mentioned the concept of all roads lead back to the stage, and you seemed to agree when we were talking on the phone. Tell me about your idea of what that means and how that translates to artists today.
Well, they really do because the audience, you get immediate response from an audience. If anybody's ever been in a recording studio or sat at home in their room and made their records, it's hard to get feedback, real objective feedback. But when you go out on stage, an audience will let you know immediately if they like a song or not. That's why it's so good to go out there. So many bands go out there and test their material before they record it, and they already know that what's going to work and what's not going to work. That's why the Beatles played clubs for so many years before their first record. And I highly recommend. It's good to anytime you get a chance to play with anybody at all, any kind of music in a garage band, just anywhere. It's all good. The experience, you'll always learn from it.
Do you think the idea of pay to play is a good thing for new artists, or should they steer clear of that?
We didn't have to do that, but when I look at it, how it relates to my generation and what I was going out, I remember many gigs just wanting to sound good at the gig. So we would not only spend all the money we were making, but usually go into our own pockets for money. So that, in a sense, is paying to get heard and stuff like that. I remember when Elton John was the first person to go to Russia, and he had to pay a promoter over there. This is what I heard through very good sources. He had to pay like $30,000 to go pay. It ended up costing him that to go play over there. I think Bon Jovi did a similar kind of thing when they opened for the Rolling Stones, just to do that, losing money. So it's whatever it takes. But I think that exposure, it's probably worth the trouble of having to pay someone if it's going to get you where you want to go. If you look at your final destination and say, listen, this is just a turning point. I have to do this to get to where I'm going. If you don't lose sight of the end, keep your eye on the ball at the very end, it can be very good, even though it seems like, they should be paying us, which hopefully they will. That'll turn around again, and people will do that, So it's all good. Just keep your goals. Keep focused on your goals.